We've sprung a leak, Captain. What's up, everybody, and welcome. Right there is a 34 Tiara. We're going to diagnose what's wrong with the generator in that one. And there's our contender right there. So watch my intro. We'll take a look at this contender. We're going to do some custom things to it. And then we'll figure out what's wrong with the Tiara. Well, let's take a look at our contender. She's turning out good so far. I know she's dirty. She needs a good bath. But I have everything out of the dash except for our trim tabs and our helm here. And we pulled all this out because what we're going to do is be putting acrylic over the whole thing here and here with the new stuff in it, so it'll be all refreshed. So I pulled everything out because we have to have all that prior to doing anything. But everything's coming along good. We got 2 water pumps. Pretty much everything else in the boat is done. Our wiring is looking much better. I sat in here for a little while and just checked everything and sorted it out. We're almost there, but we'll come back to it because we'll get our panels made and we'll be on part 3 of this boat. So more to come. Oh, and he also wants to make like a piece of acrylic or something for this piece to keep this all clear so he can keep an eye on everything. And we're going to put a light up here so he can light up this area so he has access to everything. So it has this panel right there, which over time they just don't look good anymore and they start to sag, so we're gonna probably remake that whole thing too, but that's not here nor there right now. The biggest thing obviously is getting our panels made for the dash so we can finish everything up. So now let's go take a look at that Tiara. Apparently somebody else looked at this at a different shop or something and said the generator was locked up, so we're just gonna jump in and see what's going on. Alright, so I got this open. Got the covers off so I can hear it. Let's see what it's doing. Just jump in here and crank it up. Batteries. Turn our generator panel on. Looks like there's only about 40 hours on it. Let's turn it over and see what it does. I can hear it. So I can hear it turn it over. Let me go grab someone to push the button. We'll jump down in the hole and see what it's doing. All right, Matt's gonna push the button for us. So let's jump in the hole here. All right, go ahead. Do it again. Okay. Well, that's not good. That sound is no compression. Something happened internally there. Let's take a look at the oil, see what it looks like. Well, that doesn't look good. Let me see if I can zoom in here. I can actually see the end of that right there? Again, it'll focus. That's actually metal. So something catastrophic happened. Well, let me go report back to the boss. We'll see what's next. Well, all right, next on our list is a 33 SAV. It's a brand new one, 2022. Apparently the trim tabs are not working. So we're gonna go find it around the corner here. I noticed this boat over here, a brand new Tiara, the dual console style. I wonder if it's getting delivered. It is a nice boat. And look, the police boat has changed to this. They used to have the one with the T-top style. Now they got the enclosure style boat here. These are cool. Customs and Border Patrol. Thing's a beast. Wonder what any inside of that thing looks like. If I ever see them, I'll ask them if I can take a tour of it. A little Scout right here. Another Tiara. This boat's been here for a while, actually. We're waiting for the customer to come back from another country, I think. Oh, I see our 33 peeking. It's got the 300s, new 300s on it. Let's jump on and see why the trim tabs aren't working. I think they just brought this boat over and the battery's already on. We just parked it here. Let's see what's up. Well, our lights are working. Let's see what happens if we push it. It's going down. those lights won't activate if the thing actually doesn't move, because it's a little like a stick. I think in a couple of my episodes I've showed how those work, but there's literally just a rod that sticks down in the trim tab itself, and as that rod moves, it reads where it's at. I know, we're parked. So we should be able to turn our ignition off and watch these go up. Well, there's one problem I see already. We have no auto retract function, which it should. Essentially, everything seems to be working. We should have it where you turn your power off and these things retract by themselves. Well, they seem to be functioning as they should. Let's go downstairs and look at the fluid and make sure we got no leaks or anything going on downstairs. This thing is brand new. It's a Westerbeek. Here's our trim tab pump. Looks like we got plenty of fluid. There's our communication box. Everything seems to be working and lit up as it's supposed to be. When you push the buttons up and down, these things light up. I don't see any red fluid anywhere. Usually if they leak, you'll see red somewhere in the bilge or something. Out of these fittings right here. I got hydraulic fittings that are right there. I don't see any fluid. Everything looks good. They're working, moving. So I don't know. The only thing I can think is either don't have the auto retract function hooked up, or they missed something as far as how it's supposed to be hooked up. Let me go ask. Also, sometimes they don't hook it up because the customer wants it a certain way. But I doubt that. They should have the auto retract function hooked up. There's a water heater back there. This boat's got everything in it too. Nicely laid out in here for me to work on. Your battery charger. All your main breakers, everything back here. Well, let me call the boss real quick and see what he wants me to do. Alright, I just talked to the boss. He said if everything's working and indicating, he said the auto retract function is not hooked up on these because of the new style Yamaha. You can hook them up. The customer wants them. So we're going to leave that alone. And it's working. I'm going to turn the batteries off and we're going to let it go. I can't get it to fail, so can't fix what's not broken. So let's move on. So we just talked to the boss. We're going to go to the other side of the yard. We got a couple generators hiding back there. We're going to crank it over and see if we got a good motor for that Tiara that we just checked out at the beginning of the day. She'll venture over here with Scott. Say hi. She'll go through here. Oh, why is it locked? I don't know why the door's locked. Let's go find a key. We have a key. I don't know if it's the right one, but we'll find out. We also need to grab this jumper box. I'll grab my power probe so we can just hit the starter and see if this thing cranks. Get our power probe. Let's see. Yay! We go in our secret room back here. We got a generator here. I'm gonna try first. I know that was a good one we pulled out. We've been robbing stuff off of it, but we're gonna crank that one over. We got this one over here. It's a little older. It'll be our backup. But let's hook this one up and see what it does. All right, we are hooked up. We got power. Now let's see if our starter will engage and spin this thing over. Well, I'm sending a signal. It's definitely pulling amperage out of it. But we got nothing activating here. I think because we got these Gator style connections here. Well, we get a battery, so we know we have good amp push to the starter because it takes quite a bit. And it's pulling it out of here, but I just don't think there's enough because of our clamp. So I'll be right back. There we go. We got a good battery on her. Now let's try this one more time. See if she'll crank. That's better. Yeah, we just didn't have enough amp push on the jumper box there. Lesson learned. This thing takes quite a bit to crank over. Now let's see what she sounds like when you crank it. Oh yeah, she's making compression. You can hear it. Sounds good. You can hear it pushing out the exhaust even. Well, that's good news. We got a good motor for our Tiara generator out there that we found dead this morning. So let me go find out what we want to do next. So we just talked to the boss man. Ooh, a 336. I think that's probably my favorite Grady White. I love the 336. It's a good one. Pursuit 325. It's the offshore version. We got here another new Grady 306. Also an awesome boat. Anyway, yeah, we are going to take this generator, put it in my shop, so we can pull it out of the pan, pull the motor off of the stator side, so we can use the motor for our dead one. So let me get all this cleaned up, get my crap undone here, and I'll see you in my shop. Well, there she is. And get her out of this pan here, and then we're going to take this and set it up on my generator bench I made there. So let's get started. Pull up a chair. We're going to work on the floor here. So basically I have to take off all of our components that are going through the pan, and then our motor mount bolts here for our motor mounts that are in the pan. Exhaust, all of our harnesses out the other side here. We got our siphon brake hoses we got to get out of there. On the other side here we have our water sensor we got to take out of there. We'll have to unhook our 171 VCS board. And basically just the same thing on this side with the fuel system or any hoses we got to take off. And our battery cables too. So let me get all this off, that way we can set this bad boy on our bench. I'm pretty sure I got everything out of the way now. Even our CT board I took out of the way. All of our motor mount bolts are undone. And we're just going to throw this, actually a Yamaha lift on this one eye. So we're going to open that door. We'll bring a forklift in here and take it up. It don't matter if it's just on this one eye. I'll pull the pan off the bottom of it real quick. I already have it all myself.
Oh, that's it. You know, I can't sing.
They're good. Go up. Spin it. Yep. There's that. So there she is. She's off. Now, all we're going to do is split the motor off of our stator side here. So that'll be the next project here where we'll get all this undone, get it all taken apart. So we can just take this motor. We're going to have to do the exact same thing to the other one. So we can attach this good motor to the good stator on that one. Well, I'm going to clean up. Pretty dirty here. That concludes today's activities. Next time we do anything here, we'll go to that generator out there and pull it. And hopefully we can get these swapped. We'll make an episode or two out of that. And as always, I appreciate everybody watching, and I will see you next time. Later. Look at all of our contender parts.